The Miami Dolphins are not terrible. Oh yeah, in the background we have NBA Jam, classic uh, video game, arcade game, one of the best of all time as far as sports is concerned. And so, yeah, the Dolphins are not terrible. They pulled off what is the Miami Miracle, as they're calling it right now.
Or the Miracle of Miami, something like that.
Or the Shock at the Rock is another one that I've heard.
I like that one better.
Yeah, you like that one better?
I like rhyming ones, personally.
Yeah, it sounds a lot better.
Or just ones in general that are a bit more clever. Like, well...
Yeah. The Dolphins beat the New England Patriots with what seemingly was... it actually was... You can't really say it's a miracle because they actually did practice that play. They've actually been practicing that very scenario. And it kind of makes sense because the Dolphins are a team that aren't the most talented. They're actually the 29th ranked offense and defense in the NFL, which is the most surprising thing about this whole season. They were actually, most people had them slated as having a really bad season, max 5 wins. I always thought they were going to go 8-8, only because that's what I thought they would, because it's just habit at this point. But at the same time, I also looked at their schedule and I was like, okay, there's possibly a chance that they could.
You guys have a legitimate shot at the playoffs. You really do.
It's the worst possible thing to happen for me. It really is.
Is it though?
Well, for me it is because I always wanted them to tank, and now they can't, and now I have hope. They actually gave me hope. I sent it to Doug. We texted each other during the game when this was all transpiring, and I didn't realize, I might have to set up the controller, that they gave me hope at the end of it. So now they're 7-6 with the weakest schedule to finish out the season compared to the other teams that are 7-6 tied with them, including the Baltimore Ravens, the Tennessee Titans, the Indianapolis Colts. And the Dolphins are currently sitting back of the Ravens based on the tiebreaker. So I don't know what to feel, guys. How should I feel?
I'm going to chime in on this one. You should feel good that you beat New England. Sorry if I have noise in the background. You should feel good that you beat New England, but is it really a product that you guys were that good or New England was that bad? And it's a question that kind of raised because I watched the game and I loved every bit of it coming into last minute because I'm always a big fan of sticking it to Miami, but it's just so competitive, and this is one of those, and I can speak it for myself because the Tennessee Titans, you know, for those out there, that's my football team. We beat.
Wait. What? The Titans are your team?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
Well,
what are you?
I'm a Titan fan. You know, I can speak to us having the big wins, such as against New England, and also just, you know, completely get destroyed the following week. So this could be the setup for the gotcha game for whoever the Dolphins play this week, which I'm looking at the schedule now.
The Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, and they look terrible, but watch them firing John DeFilippo just means that they're going to turn up on you. But it's good because, I mean, your record, you've beaten a couple of teams that are in contention for a wild card spot, and it goes to show that you can go one-on-one with a powerhouse, the supposed powerhouse in the AFC. I mean, finishing out, you're going against the Vikings, that's winnable because the Vikings just seem to stall. You got Jacksonville, that would concern me. That seems like the gotcha game because, you know, every like 6 games, the Jags just kind of wake up, beat a team, go from there. And then there's the Bills, and it went down to a Charles Clay can't catch the ball in the end zone. A very catchable ball. Some people don't feel that Allen had enough room for that game. But tread lightly. That's all I can say, because that's how I'm treating it.
Gosh.
You know, for my team, because the Titans themselves, we're 77-6 right now. I feel we need a lot of good luck because we lost to you guys and we lost to the Ravens. So we are really hoping for some stuff, and we lost to the Chargers. Not that anybody's going to catch them, but I look at my schedule, I feel like I'm in a similar situation. We got the Giants. Well, the Giants just kind of woke up, beating the Redskins. And then we got the Redskins, which, Mark Sanchez doesn't scare me. And then we have the Colts who will hand us that. So that's how I feel is how you should feel, because we're vying for the same thing. Tread lightly.
Okay. Yeah, I now at this point, I'm like, okay, I don't know if I should be. If they end up 8-8, a lot of Dolphins fans think that's still spinning the wheels of the franchise, and for me, it is. It really is spinning the wheels of the franchise. But at the very least, they actually brought up this argument was it might be a testament to Adam Gase as a coach, because this team was supposed to be like awful, like really, really awful, and yet here they are, right there, only a tiebreaker away from the final wild card spot, when nobody before the season gave them a shot, and they're finding ways to win games, albeit this one was by a miracle, but they actually did practice this play, and Bill Belichick's team did not.
Putting Gronk in the safety position.
Which, oh god, the memes, what was it? The Tecmo Bowl gif that they made, or the video showing the Tecmo Bowl version of that play with Gronk at the end with his face planted into the ground. That's is there going to be a Gronking? Is it like Bradying before then?
I don't know, but it's fantastic. I mean, I have nothing against Gronk as a person.
No,
but
seems like a cool guy to hang out with.
Yeah, but that was just, aside from Brady, Gronk is the symbol of the Patriots. So to see him just get absolutely torched is amazing, and I love it.
But I mean, it should be expected though, just from position. But Belichick, I think he just thought you Dolphins didn't have that heart. He just kind of gauged and gets like it's gonna be a Hail Mary. Why would it be a Hail Mary? I haven't seen Ryan Tannehill be able to drop a bomb that far out ever, really. But it goes to show that not being prepared and games that you might consider to be won, they probably should have gone for the touchdown really at the end instead of going for the field goal, and they might have gotten it because they were tearing up, the secondary near the end. But it's good for the Patriots to have this happen now, even though I feel that if they can't win out for the 1 or 2 seed, they're going to have a hard time in the first round of the playoffs. But for the Dolphins, I mean, back to your original point, look at Adam Gase's first year. He went 10-6 with a completely different unit. He had a healthy Ryan Tannehill. Jarvis was still on there. You should kind of expect them to be a little bit competent, especially since they haven't been killed that much with the injury bug.
Right.
What I will put testament on to Adam Gase for is that finding a way to win, like at least to survive with Brock out there, Osweiler when he was there for a couple games, but just putting the chance on Frank Gore. Frank has been killing. No touchdowns this season, I believe, except for the passing touchdown that he had in a prior game. But he's keeping it consistent. He's running the Adam Gase plays, but there's a little bit of creativity, and the defense isn't atrocious, but it's the same problem every year. There's no real pass rush, and aside from with Xavier Howard, your secondary can be kind of meh every now and then. I mean, Minka Fitzpatrick, though, is showing that was a good pick, at that position this year.
So, no, I mean, I always thought it was a good pick, too, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I just feel the problem is that you guys shouldn't spin your wheels that, hey, we need this if you guys go A&A again, because that's where you were with the Philbin era, this Brown era. You went one-time playoffs at Gase. I think Gase gets a lot of, oversight on how he runs the franchise, or maybe that's not the proper word, but he gets a lot of slack because it's always your quarterback was injured. Last year, you're atrocious because Jay Cutler is your quarterback. You don't want, smoking gun Jay Cutler out there. This year is going to be, we had Brock Osweiler starting for like 5 games. So it kind of feels like if this is the year for a hot seat, it's always going to be like, but your quarterback's injured, we give you another chance. So I think, whatever happens this year, playoffs or not, Adam Gase shouldn't feel too comfortable come next year.
Yeah, no, he's shown flashes of good coaching, but obviously he's shown really bad coaching. I mean, you got the Colts game and you've got that Bengals game. It's funny, you have those regrets now that if they had won that Colts game, if they had won that Bengals game where they were winning 17-0 at the half, they'd be in that second wildcard spot with at least a comfortable, a somewhat comfortable lead heading into the weakest schedule to finish out the season with all the teams behind them or ahead of them now. I just want to share before this. I just want to share that something, since Doug is not here. I want to share.
This is our weekly segment with quote unquote Doug.
So at around 2:05 p.m. During the game when it's just becoming like this shootout that I thought it would be, I was like, what the hell is happening with this game? Doug texts me back. Apparently Brandon Bolden is Ricky Williams. I said maybe they're the Rams and the Chiefs in disguise. And at which point he said we've got a shootout on our hand. Oh, and then there was that what looked like Ryan Tannehill was coming out of the game because it looked like he had sprained his ankle, but eventually he did come back, and so then he put oh god, it's Brock time, and then I put, when the game ended, I put what, and he's like, oh my god, I don't know what to do. And I said, oh no, I might have hope again. And he's like, why don't we give the ball to Drake more? I said, I don't know. We should pretend we're playing the Pats in Miami every season and for every game. And then he put that, and we should wear our throwbacks. So
we've been saying this for a couple of weeks now, both on air, but it also just between us. Miami needs to go back to those throwbacks. This is proof.
Yeah.
This is proof that they need to go back to the throwbacks.
And we've got a classic matchup here, actually, between the Orlando Magic and the Miami Heat here on NBA Jam, just to point that out. All right, so okay, I guess I will tread lightly as Charles has advised me as a sports fan. Speaking of, this is kind of like okay.